They can close boat ramps all they want down here in the south. It's not really going to matter much. We will always find our way back out onto the water. Welcome back, guys. It is your boy Broncos Guru, and it is this week's episode of Boating News of the Week. Our first piece of boating news of the week is called Target Practice, and this was an article I originally ran across on Facebook when somebody posted these images on Facebook about 60 miles off the coast of Charleston, South Carolina, where they'd found this vessel that was littered with bullet holes. After doing a little more research, I actually ran across some video footage of this on the Real Hazardous YouTube channel. Be sure to go check them out, guys. I'll leave a link to this video actually right here, closer to the end of the video where you can go check it out. But they found this same vessel down in Florida. I found this odd initially, especially when you look at this because it looks like one of those Coast Guard vessels, and when it's littered with bullet holes, you wonder exactly how this happened. Doing a little more research though, I found out that this is more than likely one of their drone target practice vessels, which in the Gulf somewhere they probably did target practice on this. The thing did not fully submerge or sink, and now has been caught in the Gulf Stream, is floating up and down the coast. I imagine the next images we'll see of this boat will be in North Carolina somewhere. It is kind of a hazard though. I really am surprised they just left this floating out in the ocean. Our next piece of boating news of the week is going to be kayak fishing in Michigan. As many of you know, there are restrictions currently in Michigan prohibiting powerboats from being on the water. And we talked about this last week, how this was going to be dangerous as fishermen were going to be forced out into kayaks in 40-degree water. And what do you know, just a little bit into these restrictions, exactly what I predicted would happen last week has happened. The Coast Guards had to go out and rescue people who were out fishing in 40-degree water in kayaks. I really do believe Michigan should reevaluate their boating situation, as they're in a better spot than we are here even in the south. It's still too cold. People aren't going to be out there congregating at sandbars and tying up. These guys just want to get out and fish. Our next piece of boating news is going to be the storms that roared through New Jersey last week, with heavy wind and hail causing serious damage to several boating facilities, including this one here in Somers Point, New Jersey, All Action Water Sports, where the roof of their building was actually ripped off due to the high gusting winds. There was damage to several other marinas in the area as well, where wind and hail damage caused damage to docks, piers, and wharfs all over New Jersey. Here you're even going to see this boat's come untied from its dock and is actually just floating down the river. I love my man just standing here on the dock watching this happen, really not making an attempt to do anything. Those same storms that rolled through New Jersey just a few days earlier actually rolled through the Lake Erie area. And here we've got Miller's Ferry, which is the ferry for Put-in Bay up in Ohio. As you can tell, these cars are unloading, but basically anytime weather gets rough up here like these storms cause, it causes the wind to pick up and these waves will break over the wall where the cars are unloading. Don Dietz, who sent this footage in, very affectionately called this the Lake Erie Car Wash. I find that to be a very fitting name. This is a pretty wild scene really to watch. I don't know how these guys are getting the cars off. It's also amazing to me that the ferries are still running in these conditions. You would figure when you see conditions like this, these guys would kind of call it quits. Our fifth piece of boating news this week is some southern states are back on and opening boat ramps back up. Me personally, I'm very excited. If you can't tell right here, this actually is my boat. We actually went and put in this past Saturday. One of the things that makes this newsworthy to me though isn't necessarily that the boat ramps reopened. It is the amount of fake news that is being circulated. As I was on the water, I saw articles being posted saying South Carolinians flocked to the waterways, posting pictures of packed waterways. As you can tell by these images from me being on the water on Saturday, there was not a soul around. We got to the boat dock, there was nobody at the boat dock. There was only one person that showed up when we were putting the boat back up. It really was a very quiet scene. So don't believe everything you hear about waterways and beaches being packed. Thanks for watching this week's episode of Boating News of the Week. If you guys ever see anything crazy happening on your waterways, hit me up on Facebook or Instagram and let me know, and you may see your stories over here. Also, if you haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on that subscribe button. If you don't, I'm coming to steal your drain plug.